Bowling with the Pfaff.
Bowling with the Pfaff.
Are you ready?
Ready. Your bowling stories.
They found you.
They did.
Pfaff's all over.
Every week.
Bowling has picked back up again.
Live.
UW Whitewater.
There it is.
Why the fedora? Do I look good in it?
I think you look great in it.
I want to challenge Skylar Pence.
Mike Hatton.
I'm going to challenge Alec Keplinger.
Let's do this.
Roll up.
This is Bowling with the Pfaff.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome to Chetek Lanes in Chetek, Wisconsin, where we are live and on the air, on the web, whatever you want to call it, for Bowling with the Pfaff, a platform for you to share your unique bowling story live on our YouTube channel. It's good to see we've got some folks in here live. We've got a great story for you tonight and some great happenings here in a center that typically gets a lot of folks coming in from out of town to compete. And they're going to see things a little bit differently this season, and I'll explain more as we go here. But first, I want to talk about the United States Bowling Congress and what, if anything, they may do with urethane bowling balls. It's a question that the organization wants you to answer in the form of an internet poll. In a social media post on Tuesday, USBC said it has done research, hit up bowling ball companies for a formal comment period, and worked with what it calls technical experts and key stakeholders from a third-party group, all to address concerns about the urethane equipment and how it impacts competition. The USBC itself says it has these concerns about urethane balls, changing oil patterns, competitive imbalances between players using urethane and others using reactive bowling balls in the same environment. It goes on to say that relying on urethane more and more may stunt the development of certain bowlers, particularly younger players, and make bowlers less versatile, and the natural tendency of urethane bowling balls to become softer over time. So you can find a link to the poll on the subject in Bowling with the Pfaff's Facebook group. The link is in there. They're looking for your input. USBC says it will consider input it received previously, along with any thoughts it ends up with moving forward. It does have an equipment specifications committee meeting scheduled for late August or early September, where members will attend a presentation of feedback and ongoing research. You follow all that? Well, I did reach out to the USBC on Monday upon hearing rumors about what it may do with urethane equipment. I asked a bunch of questions, including what prompted the attention to urethane when the conversation began, and what would have to happen to ban urethane bowling balls, as well as how a ban like that would be enforced. Here's their response. On this matter, I am referring you to USBC's social posts from yesterday. This is the only comment USBC has regarding this issue at this time. So we will see what happens or doesn't happen with urethane bowling balls as we move forward into the late summer and early fall here. Well, the Lacrosse Open will not take place in 2025. Nick Heileman says he is stepping away from Nicholas J's Pro Shop at Playmore Lanes to focus on his other business, a dog daycare and boarding facility called Raise the Woof. Heileman ran the tournament, which drew scratch bowlers from across the Midwest every season at Playmore since 2013. He says there is a chance that the tournament may come back in the future. Right now, Derek Kozlak, who you may have seen on the stream of the Midwest Senior Classic at Wagner's earlier this year, he was a finalist in that event, and Mitch Hansen will run Nicholas J's day-to-day operations. And speaking of tournament live streams, we've got a great one coming up beginning of next month. Al and Briley's Golf and Bowl is in Owatonna, Minnesota on August 2nd and 3rd. Listen to some of the names on the roster. You got Wesley Lowe, Ryan Barnes, Alec Keplinger, AJ Chapman, Mitch Hoope, Zach Andreessen, just a few on that mega talented list of bowlers taking part in this event. I'll have the bowling part live from Spare Time Entertainment starting Saturday afternoon at 5 o'clock, then the Sunday squad at 9:30 the next morning. The bowlers will take part in 12 Baker games. They are not only required to switch lanes, but also spots in the order throughout that event. It will be a great one. Well, Bowling with the Fef would not be what it is without its valued sponsors. And one of them is Jerry's Score More Bowling Supply inside Wagner's Lanes. Give him a call, 715-559-1822. He'll get you fixed up with your bowling equipment needs and even some high-level coaching if that's what you need to improve your game. Visionary Video Hub, your full-service video production business, plus live streaming, voiceover, and podcasting from yours truly. Find out more at visionaryvideohub.com. And, of course, Chip Magnet Salsa. Raise your snack standards with this great deal at chipmagnetsalsa.com. Enter the promo code BWTF2025. You get 25% off a 6-pack order. It's a fantastic deal for some fantastic folks who took the time to watch Bowling with the Fef. And it's available right now, chipmagnetsalsa.com. You can also get it on Amazon. Just search for Chip Magnet, the store on Amazon, and stock up because it is great stuff. I wouldn't promote it the way I did, the way I have all this time, if it wasn't. Well, again, we are at Chetek Lanes tonight, and our guest holds one of the most successful, longest-running no-tap tournaments around. Bowlers come from states away to participate and spend an afternoon or even a full day here at Chetek Lanes, but this year they will compete on USBC-sanctioned string pin machines. John Law is the proprietor here, the familiar face everyone sees after a squad holding court in the bar. The business has been in his family for a long time, and he is continuing the tradition. So we are going to bring him out in an episode that we are calling World on a String, Strings in Your World. John, thank you for letting me monopolize a pair in your 6-lane center, and welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome to Chetek Lanes.
Thank you. No, it's great. I've bowled in that 9-pin no-tap before. It's a fantastic event. I can't think of anybody that I bowl with that doesn't have the highest regard for what you do here. So congratulations on making such a successful event.
Thank you. Yeah. Appreciate the comments on that. Yeah. It's been a family tradition. I'm just glad I could continue it on for all these years.
Yeah.
Great.
It's a great time. If anybody out there hasn't tried it, it's basically every weekend from October to April, and we're going to get into more on that tournament, including some folks' memories about that tournament in just a bit here. But let's start out with these string machines that you can see behind us, although it's tough to tell that they're string machines from a distance. What type of machines are they, first of all?
These are cubic AMF, USB-C, and PGA. They're not going to hold an event here, PGA or PBA.
PBA.
But they are certified for both those. And they're versatile, which is nice because we can have casual strings or we can have USB certified strings, my leagues, and also the tournament, of course. We'll use the certified version. It's just a button that's automatically set for when I set those up.
Okay. And for those who aren't familiar, we hear that terminology all the time, certified versus non-certified. What's the difference when you hit that button?
It's essentially, it makes the strings longer.
Okay.
So then they can be a little more limp, a little more length, kick a little better for the people that want to get a messenger coming across, things like that. So, yeah, you should be within a pin or two of your average in this house. These bowlers shouldn't see much of a difference, my league bowlers.
Sure. Let's kind of go to the beginning of that too. At some point you had to either be told about them, heard about them somewhere. Where, when did you start seriously looking at the possibility of getting them in here?
It's been a few years. Heard about them several years ago. They weren't certified then, so I was like, I'm not too concerned in learning about these. I need to be certified here. I want my 300s for my bowlers to be certified. I want my tournament to be legit.
Yeah.
So once they became certified, I gained a lot of interest quickly, and I really did some research, and it's really the trend in the industry. And so I really wanted to go forward with it. But I got some feedback from people, and I wanted to get some good vibes, and I did, actually. People seemed to have some good comments about them, which helped in my decision making.
Sure.
And I'm sure we're going to get some don't know if bad blood's the word, but some people are going to be a little bit discouraged. And I haven't seen that yet. Season hasn't begun. So we'll just see how things go. It's done. It's over with. We're doing it. So hopefully people enjoy themselves here and they'll learn to love it.
Yeah.
The staff's loving it. We all might put on a little extra weight because we don't have to run it down. Those lanes were 50 plus years old. And yeah, they did work well. Yeah, you're going to have some problems with free fall machines. Everybody does to a certain degree. These are a lot more bulletproof, a lot less energy, a lot more fun for the average bowler just because you can keep bowling. You don't have issues. We're a 6-lane house. We need to be up and running. And we're in our 44th year. We've done well. I mean, we don't have the ability to say, we're going to move a pair over to another lane down the road because we're always using 6 for our tournament. So we don't have lane. So they did run and they ran well. So I don't want to knock them too much. But the nature of the business and ease. I want my life to be easier. I'm getting a little older. That's part of it too.
Yeah.
I don't mind wrenching a little bit. And I do have a mechanic, so I don't want to take all the credit for doing the work here. But it's work, and these are less work. We'll see how it goes too. I mean, there's still maintenance. They are mechanical, so it's not like it's all virtual.
Yeah,
there will be work. It's they sound great when people hit them. They rack nicely. I think people are going to like them. Balls are going to come back every time. We don't have to worry about an oily belt. So yeah, I'm very happy, and I hope everybody else is too.
Yeah. When you say you looked into it, you did research, you got feedback. Were you ever able to visit another center with strings or bowl on them yourself?
I did. Yeah. Work with Jim Grant with Cubica.
Okay.
He's a great one to learn about things, and he's my sales rep.
Yeah.
So he's sent people around to different centers, and there's a center out in the cities. They weren't certified, so it wasn't quite the same thing. So I hadn't bowled on certified ones until I actually had my own.
Sure.
But they reacted nice. People were having fun out in the cities. I don't know if anybody's certified out there yet. Maybe you know about that. But
I was going to ask you,
was cutting edge.
What was it? Park Tavern that
no.
you went to? No. Okay.
No, Whirly Ball.
Whirly Ball. Gotcha.
Whirly Ball.
Okay.
And yeah, it just seems like a nice thing. They took us back there, saw what we needed for backstock of parts and things like that. We don't need much. So there's a cost savings there. Electricity isn't nearly what we're going through. So it's better for the environment. It's quieter. So there's a lot of pluses to it. It is the wave of the future. It is coming. If people are bullheaded, they might, if they're old enough, they might not have to bowl on them somewhere. But if you're younger, you will be bowling on string pins at some point in your life. I was talking to the guys that were setting up my system, and they said Cubica's got 200 contracts right now. 198 of them are string.
Oh, wow.
So 1% is old school right now.
Yeah.
At least at this moment in time, and I don't see the trend changing.
Sure.
So it was the way to go. I like being a little bit cutting edge. Learned that from my father. I like to do things right and do them quickly, and it's just fun to be cutting edge. So I think we're going to be all right.
It's probably fun for your bowlers too, to have you be on the leading edge of things.
They enjoy it.
Yeah,
they do.
For sure. So we've got a couple comments here. Sarah Johnson says, it was a fun time. It was time for a change, and it looks great, John.
Oh, thanks, Sarah. Yeah, she's one of my bowlers here. So thanks, Sarah. I'm glad you're in the video or the live stream here.
And I love this from Quan. Says, are you going to bowl later? It's funny that came up. I don't know if this is these two gentlemen over here. There's two guys off to the side that were bowling. They took a little break, but they challenged me to bowl against them, which I'm going to do after the show here, probably against my better judgment. I didn't bring any equipment or anything like that, but it'll be a good time, and I appreciate it. You're on, Mr. Quan. We'll do some bowling.
Have room to bring it. His car's full of all this stuff. I don't think he could handle a bowling ball in there. Yeah, you got a lot of equipment.
Never mind the camera bags hanging out of the windows as I go down 53. That's, nothing to be concerned about. What do you think was the deciding factor? I mean, I'm assuming you go by the totality of all the, things you read, things you heard, things you saw and did. But was there one thing that kind of said, "Yep, this is the route we need to go"?
Okay, good question. I would have to say this is a family business. Consulted with my son, my wife, of course, but my son, he's a power player, and the strings, that's one of the drawbacks supposedly is if you've got a lot of revs, a lot of speed, not going to get as many messengers. He's still cool with it, and I'm a little bit more just down and in, pure bowler. I don't think my average is going to change much. He might decrease a little bit. Perhaps we'll see. I mean, I like to brag up my son. He's a hell of a bowler.
Yeah.
but for his generation, his thoughts on it, and he's cool with it. So I thought, yeah, it's the right time. My brother-in-law, he works here. He's my mechanic, my head guy. He does all sorts of stuff around here. He's ready for it. So I just think it's the nature of the beast. It's time to strike, and a little pun there, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was time. And so, yeah, I think my son put me over the edge. If he would have poo-pooed it a little bit, I would have slowed down and waited a little bit longer to see if it's a little bit. But I'm excited about it. I think, like I said, my lanes were 50 plus years old. It's a little. It does get a little wearing on you. When you own a bowling alley, you're doing a lot of the stuff. And once again, I don't want to diminish anything from my brother-in-law, but I didn't want to jump back there anymore and do all that work. I've been at this a long time. Parents owned it before myself. So I've been around it a lot. Something new is out here. I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are one of the few centers in Wisconsin so far to make that move. And it's a pricey move. I mean, anytime you change machinery, it's going to cost. So, the process of these centers converting to strings is probably going to be slow, even though we talk about it a lot because it's something new. Do you know where the closest string house is to here? Probably Minneapolis, right?
Yeah. But once again, I don't know if any of them are certified at this point. Sure. Yeah, there aren't many. And but I've talked to some proprietors, and they'll thank me. Literally, thanks for being the first, basically, in this area, because it's a little scary. Mm-hmm. But I honestly didn't lose sleep over it. I just I know what's good for my business, and I think I know what's good for my bowlers. I hope. And getting a few messages here, maybe.
Oh,
and,
sure. Yeah.
So I hope they're all happy, and the ones I've been talking to, maybe some people in the shadows are talking behind my back, but I hope not. I hope they come to me.
If they come, check it out. I mean, that's what matters.
They're liking it.
Yeah. Tim Benavides says, John, the place looks amazing. Great for pride.
Oh, well, that was nice. Thanks, Tim. Appreciate that.
Yeah, it's good to hear from him from time to time. Used to be from the Eau Claire area and moved away,
he's a
but
hell of a guy.
We've been able to keep in touch through this. Sarah wants to know, do you think it will change the 9-pin tournament? That's kind of broad. I mean, because it's going to change since you're bowling on strings versus free fall, but do the other elements of the tournament remain the same?
Well, we're going to have to make a few changes.
Okay.
They're all tied to a string, so I only got 10 pins, and we used to have a red pin that would kind of fluctuate around, and then people could get a drink or a chance of $500. So now we're going to have that up on the screen.
Okay.
Digitally, which my couples league has already done for years. So that's one change. That'll be fine. No problem there. We've got a big pot of money, 9-pin progressive pot, that if you get 5 9s in a row, you get $15. It doubles. So exponentially it grows. There's a lot of money to be had there. So we'll see if people are leaving more 9s. Maybe this year's the year to come. I'm going to look at people. Please come down. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to make a change in it because it's all new. So I'm not going to change it and make it tougher. And then all of a sudden, it's playing exactly the same.
Right.
I think Sarah mentioned, her husband, he's another one of those guys that puts a lot of revs on the ball. Big, strong dude. Maybe he's going to leave a few more 9s now. Maybe he's not going to get all those strikes. it might be beneficial for the 9-pin. Could change the dynamic. We will see.
Yeah,
I hope a lot of people check it out and find out.
sure. No matter what the outcome, there was that process of installation, right? And I happened to be here during the spring, June 2nd here when you guys were installing.
Oh.
How much time did that take, and what was that like for you?
Well, it was. I never swung a hammer, of course.
Okay.
Well, I did do the demo on the lanes.
Okay.
With the help of basically once again my brother-in-law, my son, my father-in-law came in. That's a lot of work. There's a lot of iron back there. It's a lot of, but we had some good tools, good knowledge, and we got them out quickly. Probably a day and a half. They were gone, and then installing the lanes themselves. That was about a week. The string machines, but all this stuff took about a month.
Okay.
And it all kind of overlapped and meshed. And yeah, it was a lot of work. I'd get here early in the morning, leave late. So I was in a good habit of working out a lot. That kind of fell by the wayside. It's hard to pick it back up.
Yep.
But I'll get back to it. I don't think it took any years off my life, but but it was a fun project. And obviously building from the 1950s, you're going to peel something away and, oh, look at that. And we found some newspapers. I mean, that was an easy thing, but just, most things were quite square and good. This place has really good bones, but yeah, it's an old building. So it was a project.
Yeah. The benefits of having a small center, it's easier and quicker to do something.
Yeah.
Like this.
A lot of times they will do like 6 in a bigger house. They'll do 6 like my house size and let people bowl everywhere else. And then they'll go on to the next 6. So, but I had to shut down.
Yeah.
And I lost a couple leagues, or at least one. It's hard to say. I usually have 1 or 2 spring leagues. This year I didn't get to do it. Hopefully they'll come back next year.
Yeah.
But it was worth it. We were due for a facelift. We were due for the machines. We're keeping the wood. We like wood around here. People ask me, are you going to go synthetic? There's no plans to go synthetic.
Okay.
People like coming. We get a lot of bowlers out of the Twin Cities for the tournament. They love a small house. I think a lot of them love wood. So I want to keep that feel and the wood feel. So we'll make some more changes over the years, but the wood's going to stick around as long as it can.
Yeah.
This is the second version of the wood here. The wood lasts a long time.
Okay.
I'll be sanding this year though, so they'll even get prettier
Yeah.
this year and be ready to go.
Okay.
Get them screened every year, of course, but this year's a sanding year.
There always seems to be kind of this sentimental moment, right? When you switch lanes or switch machines and someone goes out there and throws the first shot. How was that here?
It was fun. I've always I've loved to bowl, but I love to watch my son bowl. So I wanted him to bowl. He bowled. I get joy from just my children in general, but for bowling, it's my son. So I wanted him to do it, and it's just fun. So I didn't need to be like the first or anything like that. And throwing strikes right away.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go. Par for the course.
Yeah. It being the summer, I mean, like you kind of alluded to, you're going to have a small sample size of people who have tried it out and, reported back to you. So, the good part about this is I was actually able to talk to a couple people who have bowled on your lanes already. One of them was Xander Gonstad. And here's what he had to say about his experience bowling here. Listen.
The lanes and the shot were so dried up just because it was open bowling that I couldn't consistently hit the pocket, so it was kind of hard to tell. But it did carry a decent bit, like free fall. Like, that hit where you smash the 1-3 pocket and you leave a stone 7? It did that on strings still, so that's still possible. Found that out. But then also you do get extra carries. A lot of splits get broken up by the strings pulling the pins down.
Now Xander is a two-hander, so he's got plenty of ball.
Okay. Well, I'd like to. Can I stop you right there?
Please.
Nip that in the bud right now.
Yeah.
So he came in. So thanks, Xander, for coming in.
Yeah.
I did see that he booked online. We've got new online reservations, which is cool. So I'm glad he did that.
Yeah.
but I didn't think about it. I don't think we did the USB certified for him.
Oh, okay.
So what he's seeing isn't maybe reality for league bowlers and my tournament bowlers.
Gotcha.
I do appreciate his comments.
Yeah.
And what else did you say? Dry lanes. I love to oil for people. If they do come down, apologize for him. I did see his name come up because they all show up on my phone.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I didn't get them oiled up, but I do try to, and I'll ask people, or if I know somebody's coming in, I do like to oil. I like to keep a nice pattern out for people.
Sure.
So I apologize, Xander, if he's listening. Try it again.
Yeah. Yeah. And he
Okay,
was.
sorry to.
No,
your
that's
question
okay.
there,
I was going to say, he is two-handed. So just to get some context there, but that's interesting to know that it wasn't on the certified mode. You might have a different experience.
Yeah.
Totally
Yeah.
being on the certified mode.
Yeah, and I'll tell my bowlers that I know are league bowlers. I'll put it on the league format or USB, whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
And then I'll say, don't look at the other people bowling.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just don't feel like we're seeing a lot of stuff, but in case they do see something, I do want to make it aware. Those people next to you, they're not bowling on what you're bowling on. So it's apples to oranges. It really, truly can be apples to oranges with these two different string lengths.
Yeah.
And that goes to people watching things on YouTube too.
Yeah.
Now I'm a YouTube guy here. This is kind of exciting. But all the other shit on YouTube's false. This is true.
Mhm.
No, but when people see strings on YouTube, just make sure it was USB certified before you put all your
Draw conclusions.
your conclusions on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you said, you see a lot of stuff on YouTube, and then you have the experience of bowling on it might not quite be the same as what you see. So I hope people are, willing to give it a try. Xander's mother has led squads in this for years.
Amy's
so
awesome.
So
And a great bowler.
I had to, to hit her up too, because, squad leader. Here's what she had to say. They got strings now.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I don't know. A little nervous about it, but everyone's going to have the same disadvantage, so I'll be open-minded and give it a try.
Gonna bowl the tournament?
Of course. I still have a squad. I'm not dropping my squad, so we'll see how it goes.
So she hasn't bowled on them yet. Again, open-minded, wants to give it a try, and she'll be coming back for the tournament. What she said after that was, I said, why do you keep coming back? She says, it's a good time, and it's family-owned. That was really important to her. And I think that's a big part of what you've got going on here, and I know you've mentioned it once before.
Yeah. And my son, he's ready to go. He wants me to ride off in the sunset. No, not quite. No. He likes having me around, but he is the manager here. So he's the third generation.
Yeah.
And I think it's fantastic. I mean, my dad gave me a heck of my parents, I should say, gave me a great work ethic, I think. And my son's got it. And my son really loves bowling. My wife loves to work here. It's great people. Bowling biz is great. People come up to me, God, I wish I owned a bowling alley. So I could pinch myself, I guess, because it is kind of nice. People come here to have fun. They come to bowling alleys to have fun. They're usually in a good mood. And there can be some awkward times or some problems along the way, but generally, people are here having a good time.
I would think those are outliers.
Oh, big time.
Yeah. No matter what center you're at.
Yeah.
Ian says, talk about getting lane talk. Do you have lane talk?
Yeah, Ian's here. Yes. Yeah. He was a proponent of me upgrading. And actually, before I even upgraded, I called up Cubic and said, hey, I want to get lane talk. Well, you can't get it yet. You don't have the right equipment. I like to be cutting edge, but I like to hang on to what I have too for a while because it is expensive, like you mentioned. So now we've not only the strings are updated, but everything else is hardware. Everything's brand new. So we got lane talk. Ian, he pushed me in that direction too. So things like that. It's like, it's time for an upgrade. So Ian, thank you for that. I'm glad you're listening in here and appreciate your comments. And I think he's going to be excited to check it out here.
Yeah, that's awesome stuff. I mean, we have it down by me, and even when you're on the free version, it's cool to be able to monitor from a distance. So when the tournament gets going, you can see how people are doing, kind
Yeah.
of take a peek there. Here's your son right here.
Oh,
Make like The Price is Right and come on down, everyone.
my son loves bowling, and he loves games like that,
Like The Price is Right?
and Wheel
Yeah.
of Fortune stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for chiming in there, Colin.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, he's
that's great
excited
stuff.
about it, and
I bet.
I think a lot of people should be excited to at least try it.
Yeah, give it a shot. Okay, let's kind of start at the beginning of your story. You mentioned your parents were in it. This center's about what? Back to the 1950s, but they got it in 1976.
Correct.
Kind of take me through when you started in bowling and how that, how that ownership of a center kind of altered or changed your path.
Okay. Well, bowling when I was a child, balls weren't that great back then. I'm a little bit of a relic, but I remember my first ball that actually, wow, I can become a good bowler. I had an eraser.
Okay.
Yeah, my ball reacted a lot better. So, and Colin runs a pro shop now, but I used to do a lot of pro shop, and partially it's the ball, but it's a lot of the release too. And so it's not always the ball. I was trying to bring up balls, but I would always tell people, you don't necessarily need a ball. Let's do a lesson. Let's work on that release. So just a side there, I guess. But bowling's evolved so much over the years. So the bowling game itself, but just my life in bowling was not that great until I got older and learned the pro shop, I guess, and started going to school to learn the trade a little bit. And the equipment got better as I got older. So, and I wasn't much of a practicer. So bowling wasn't for me, I guess, as far as really pounding the pavement and trying to get better. But I just did naturally osmosis here. And like I said, learning, going to seminars and things like that, you pick up a lot.
Sure.
So Colin has a little different line because he was good when he was that tall. So it took me a while. I am number 2 in Chetek right now for average. So I did figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
I guess one of my favorite stories, keep it on the family vein, is my dad bought the place. My parents bought it. My dad's signing the papers, and he's looking over and said to the previous owner, well, I guess this means I'm going to be a great bowler. And the guy said, nope, it means your kids are going to be. And it kind of turned out my brother's a great bowler, and my sisters didn't quite go down this path. But even beyond that, then the next generation even gets better.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fun. It is fun. My dad, he could definitely hold his own. But yeah, when you start young, and so it's been just a great thing for the family to do. And now I guess I lost where I was supposed to go with we're talking about the evolution of the building. So my parents did buy it in 1976. I took over in 2001.
Okay.
I left and went to the real world, as I like to say, for about 8 years. Went to school and got a job down in Milwaukee, out in the cities, did some stuff. And then my parents said they wanted to retire. So I came back. My brother and I ran the place for a while. Then he's a professional gambler. So he made some money along the way and then said, I want to live my dream. So then he left. And so then it was just my wife and I. He's still living his dream. He's still a professional gambler all these years later. Yeah. So good for him. It's been a good ride for him too along the way. That's what he likes to do. But then I guess right before he left, we had a couple businesses. So then I took on another partner for that other business, which was Jaybirds in Rice Lake. Dave Henning's my partner there. And then we decided he needed a little bit more action than just Jaybirds. Then we ended up with a spice business, sugar and spice, and that's been great. And we took on another partner, Tim Wall. So there's 3 of us there. So that's been great. We're hanging on to that. Then we ended up buying another bar, Reds, and then the 3 of us were in that together. So Dave and I were Jaybirds, sugar and spice, 3 of us, and then 3 of us at Reds. Sold those off, the 2 bars, bar, restaurant, and bar. So now it's I'm focused here at the Lanes, and Sugar and Spice, my partners are focused over there. So it's been kind of a nice run. It's been great. Love the entrepreneurial things are fun to tackle.
Yeah.
And,
When you say your parents took over in 1976 and you took over in 01, tell us about kind of the changes and how this looked when they first got it versus when you took it off.
Yeah, so there's been a lot of changes. They did a lot of work over the years. Started off, it was 4 lanes. It was 6 lanes when they bought it. Okay. You can see these posts down the middle. These 2 were added.
Wow.
So they remodeled out here, and I wanted to change it, and we did. But I mean, that was a long time ago. The building was smaller. I mean, there was hallways and just nubs of walls sticking out. I've always wanted more of an open concept. It takes years to kind of finally do it. And then I took out a few parking spaces, moved the locker room. But prior to that, they did a lot of work too. It's funny how it all needs to be done, and we're into our 2nd and 3rd rendition on things. We only use screws. We want to back it out and start over sometimes. So we want to make it's permanent, but things evolve. You want to make it better. We've pretty much gone out as far as we can, unless we buy some more land or do anything like that. But I'm trying to think. Oh, let's go back. My parents did add it was racquetball courts. They built that. That was a thing back in the day, racquetball. Problem with racquetball that it's different than bowling is bowlers have handicap. And so you get out to racquetball in a small town, pretty soon you got a really good player and they get stuck with people that aren't good. They're bored. These people are frustrated. There's no handicap. Bowling, you can do anything, any age, anything, you can make it work. So bowling's just a fantastic sport. Racquetball is great, probably in a bigger city, but it didn't quite work out. They added volleyball. That's a fun sport. But ultimately, put a floor over it and added pool tables, and it was a pool hall. Then there was some saunas there. My sister did aerobics in that building. So it's a very nice building, versatile. Now it's an event center. I settled on that. It's been great. I do weddings, first birthdays, baby showers, everything. Celebrations of life. Booked all the time. So it's been a nice part of the business. Added volleyball, I guess, before the event center. That's been great. 2 volleyball courts there. I always tell proprietors bowling alley, if you got land, get volleyball. If you got people that are hungry, get pizza. Don't give them frozen pizza. My parents added the pizza right before they retired, and they kicked themselves for years. My mom, she might be on here. I don't know if she's she kicks herself too, because they should have started that earlier. Yeah. Because that took right off almost from day one. So my dad and her put most of the recipes together. I've added quite a few, I guess, along the way, and I've gotten some tricks from people along the way too. And we used to do pizza at another restaurant that I owned with my partners. I didn't give them all my secrets. You know,
okay.
So I'm very proud of our pizzas here. Yeah. So, and they go over quite well, and people love them, and I appreciate that. We try to take care of our customers and try to keep our prices down and give them a quality product. And that was my parents instilled that in me too. Don't go chintzy.
Yeah. I love when you walk through the doors of this building, it smells like pizza.
I wish I could smell it.
It's a great smell. Yeah. If you're around it all the time, I guess.
I can't smell it.
But
I know.
It smells good.
Yeah, thank you.
It really does. Right when you walk into the bar. Okay. Travis says, good, looks awesome. The team will be down soon. So there you go.
Great.
There's someone coming on down.
Travis Kubish, maybe?
Yep.
Or? Yeah,
Travis
Kubish.
Right,
Travis.
Yeah.
Thanks for in on this.
Okay. Oh, Quan wants to know, what's your biggest tip for someone preparing to go against a pro? They're not going to be going against a pro tonight, but what would you say to someone who's going against a pro?
they think I've gone against a pro or something, or is this a pizza battle or a bowling battle?
I don't know what this is. I think I'm going to learn more about it after we're done here. But
yeah, to go against a pro, you better have a good arsenal of balls, and you better have your head on straight.
Yep.
And get a pre-shot routine, and maybe know what that pattern is. I don't know. It's a lot of work to go against a pro.
I'd like to know. I bowled a match against Parker Bone once.
Oh.
And he left 2 ringing 7s. That was it. 258.
Oh.
Faster than I could blink, I was out of that one. But yeah, they're not going against a pro tonight, I can tell you that. Not even a top-seeded amateur. Amanda says, that is a great shirt, Mr. Law.
Oh, thank you. I bet that's Amanda Webb.
It is.
Yeah, thanks. She likes my other shirt better, I think. She complimented me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There's no inside joke there?
Well, that's about it. I don't know. I don't wear that shirt very often, but
Yeah.
I don't get too many compliments on shirts. But
Okay.
she's a very nice person, and that's how we met. She complimented me on my shirt.
Oh, okay. All right. Phil Anderson says, looking good, John. I'm honored to have been there for so many years. Talking racquetball, used to play it when Dad bowled back in the late 80s and 90s. Kept us out of trouble.
Yeah, his dad, he bowled with no shoelaces. His shoes, yeah, he would just throw them on. I don't know how old his dad's shoes were, but he would go out there and they looked like slippers. But he was a good bowler. Their whole family, they're great athletes. And actually, we don't have a camera that can tilt, but we got some stonework. And Phil actually did some of the stone. Well, he did all the stonework here with some help at the time. But so I wanted to add. I like to add features from other spots in the building, and Phil did the stonework in the main bar. So I like to drag things together for cohesiveness. And luckily, he was still doing it, and so I got those guys again. And it's a nice thing to have some things that pop a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah. Thanks, Phil.
Yeah. When you talk about a league night here, and I bring this up because I want to get to the tournament, which everybody knows about, but those of us who bowl the tournament, we come in on a weekend, we go home afterwards, we don't see what the vibe is, what the culture is like during a typical weekday league.
Yeah.
What's that like here?
There's plenty of smack talk.
Yeah.
Part of the remodel job was making my window bigger because they like to shake dice and they hang out by the window. People have a cocktail or two while they're bowling league. Yeah, it's a fun vibe. Jukebox, depending on the league, most of them crank her up pretty good. You know how that goes. Some of them you can't quite do that, but try to appease everybody. But jukebox can be difficult. The vibe's fun. Yeah, people have fun. At the beginning of the season, before bowling, I hate to hit people up too early, but I know people start talking to me about bowling. And then it's kind of cool because they get in here after, the start of the league, and it's early in the year, and they're having so much fun. And it's like, people are missing out. If they complain about the season, or these people are having fun. It is so cool because they're back to seeing each other again. And I just think after that first week or two prior to league, it's like it's coming quick, but boy, they have fun, even though the weather's nice outside. So it's a great thing. Got a lot of loyal bowlers, and I'd like to thank them for that. But yeah, I just love the vibe for that reason, because they're it's a small house, so they can talk to each other. We got the fancy chats or whatever on there now. They might not need it, but I bet they'll try it. But they can yell across here really easy. But it's going to be a fun season coming up.
Yeah, for sure. Check MP says, hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Joseph Borchardt says, any tips for bowling on lane 6? I always struggle on that lane with the wall right there. Do you know Joseph? Is he a lefty?
Yeah, it's usually lefties.
Yeah.
I know a lot of faces and a lot of first names.
Okay.
Last names elude me a lot. I'm not sure. I apologize.
That's
if I should
okay.
know you there, sir. The wall for lefties can be tricky.
Yeah.
Just the lane architecture. 5 and 6 are always the slickest.
Mm-hmm.
1 and 2 are the driest. 3 and 4 are kind of in the middle. And I tell the bowlers that. And that's just, we hit one button on there. We got a lane walker. It just does its thing.
Mm-hmm.
But lanes have a personality.
Yeah.
And you go to seminars and talk to pros, and they got their little things. It could be a whole different pattern, but they know this particular lane is going to react this way compared to this lane, even though patterns are totally different. I mean, those patterns are the same, but I mean, from the season before when they tried it,
Sure.
the event. So when he said 6, it's like, yeah, that's kind of our greasiest one. That's just the way it is. I'm right-handed. The wall doesn't bother me at all, so I don't even think about it. I guess I've been here too long. I don't know what to say.
Tell them to practice. Come back and bowl on lane 6 all the time.
Look at your mark, and focus heavily on your mark.
Yeah, there you go. Tunnel vision, right?
Yeah.
Concentrate on those things that are important. Ogre Oak says, any tips for two-handed bowlers? I have none. I keep hurting myself when I try to bowl two-handed, so I'm actually going to go back to a thumb. But have you tried it?
If I have, I don't even remember trying, but I don't think I'd be good at it.
Yeah.
I really haven't coached anybody two-handed. It hasn't really come to Chetek. It's not very prevalent here, so I haven't wanted to learn it. My son doesn't do it. He does a lot of coaching too. Yeah, and we should, because it will come to Chetek.
We'll get there. Yeah.
It will get here more and more. We're a little old school here. I guess we can be a little behind the times on it. So I've got no insight for anybody on that.
Okay. Say call up Jerry. He knows how to coach two-handers. Jay says, hello, Fef. Hello, Jay. He's a Californian who is a regular on the live stream here. Joseph says, I'm a righty, bowl the tournament every year. So that's great. But yeah, tunnel vision, right?
Tunnel vision.
Get that wall out of your mind.
Yeah.
And, focus on your mark, I think. Yeah, for sure.
And maybe don't hit it the first 2 games, because we got 6 lanes. They bowl 4 games. So only do 1 game on there. Make sure the squad leader. Squad leaders are in charge for me. So don't talk to me about what lane you want to go on to. Talk to the squad leader. They are like kings and queens to me. So they are always in charge. So try to ask them to start on 1 and 2 potentially, and they do 1 game on 5 and 6.
Okay, fair enough. So let's kind of get into the tournament, because that's become such a big part of not only your center, but kind of the lore throughout the Midwest. I mean, this is really one of the biggest no-tap tournaments I can think of. Our folks, Claire, talk about it all the time. This thing is 44 years old. Who came up with the idea? And tell us about kind of the evolution of it.
Yeah, well, my dad, once again, when he bought the place, he asked the previous owners, should I start a tournament? Because they didn't do one. No, don't do that. So that was one strike against it, which is odd. Those other previous owners said, don't try to get bowlers from too far away either, because they'll only bowl 1 season. And they were wrong on 2 fronts there. But I never knew the guys. But anyway, because we got people driving for miles to bowl league here too.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm glad my dad didn't listen to these individuals. I'm glad they wanted to sell it.
Yeah.
So my dad started the tournament along with my mom. And a great guy, Dwayne Gruby, was a good friend of my dad's. I don't know if you know him, but he used to own Abbotsford, the bowling alley there.
Okay.
And he ran a couple tournaments, but one of them was just a regular. I never bowled it, so it wasn't a 9-pin. And my dad's kind of a salesman, I guess, or just a good friend of his. But he said, Dwayne, give me a few of your squad leaders' names and their numbers. And I want to start a tournament. Dwayne did it, and it was awesome. Started the seed basically. So I'll thank Dwayne for that on behalf of my dad, because you always want to spark with something, and that helped. And it took off like wildfire, though, actually. And it started off maybe about 1,000 bowlers. I mean, it started pretty good, 6-9 house, and then so a third of what we kind of like to strive for now. So it wasn't like great, but I mean, 1,000 bowlers is a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're more in that 3,000 range, 300, and it's a long time to do it. 6 lanes, 3 to 4 shifts a day. Well, we try to do Friday nights. We used to have Friday league, ladies' night, but that went away on us. So, but we do a lot of Friday nights. There's like hardly any available, and then 4 9 pins on the weekend, or 3 depending if on my couples league, and then 3 on Sunday.
Okay.
And we try to do that all winter long, and it's a little skimpy around the holidays, around deer hunting early on in October, but there aren't a whole lot of great times. There's no Saturdays at 12:15 available right now. I was just looking. Somebody asked me about something where I sent an email out to all my squad leaders the other day, and they're trying to move around. Hey, you got any Saturdays at 12:15? Nope. And I've only got 2 Sundays at 12:15 available for the whole winter. So,
wow.
And speaking of scheduling, my mom still helps with that.
Yeah.
And I sure hope she's watching. I don't know. She'll watch it eventually, I guess. But she, when I first took over the place, I'll help you, for 3 or 4 years. She's helped every year. And,
Wow.
And she hasn't given up. She's 86 years old. And she's evolved with everybody else, because some people don't want a phone call. They want a text. Some people want Messenger. Some people want an email.
Some of us need all the above.
It gets a little complicated when how did I interact with this person?
Mm-hmm.
But they instilled that in me early. And as far as, you don't just have people sign up every year. You sign them up. You give them a reason. You say, we got you down for this date. And then, and typically they get their same date every year, but we don't just forget about these people when they come.
Yeah.
Well, we've got relationships. They're friends. We want them to come back. So we give them a date. I just send them all an email.
Mm-hmm.
And most of them come back. Generally they do. And then we gain some more. And then things come up where we lose fuel on the way, and we try to fill in gaps. It's always an ebb and flow, but generally I think that's what separates us too, because it's a lot of work, and it's almost year round. I've got a couple months off to not think too much about it, but I'm back in the mode already.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of work, but it is worth it.
Sure. And when you say 3,000 bowlers, that's kind of a mind-boggling number to me. But then I remember, we kind of have to consider this as entries, right? Because you've got a lot of people like Jim Lucas, who suggested, this show, that come back time and time and time again. Here's what he said about the tournament.
I try to shoot at least 12 when I was left-handed. I don't know. I like to go up there. It's a fun time. It's a good pace. It's a good place. You never have a bad crowd or like that angry bowl. You don't really have any bad people there. And I think that comes from the culture that they just developed there. Over the years, people know how to act when you go to Chetek. I couldn't imagine a season without going to Chetek. I mean, you've been there during league where you have 3 or 4 guys come up to you that beginning part of the season because they've already gotten their squads and stuff, and they're like, hey, you want to bowl my Chetek? It's this date. So I start getting them in my calendar. I do look forward to that. And whenever I get a shift, Bo and I try to get up there the shift before it, or we try to bowl the shift after. Get 2 in a day, make it worth the trip.
So, and he's only coming from 45 minutes away. So he's got the ability to bowl a dozen times in the course of a season. I'm guessing not everybody's bowling a dozen times, but that speaks to what you're doing here, that you can get folks from out of town to come back time and time and time again through multiple squads.
Yeah. Now's the perfect time to talk about Dean Senor. He's been a great guy. I guess maybe you know him. I don't know, but Dean has bowled, and I wish I knew the numbers on top of it, but he'll do maybe 70. I think he might have hit. I mean, it's
in
phenomenal.
one season,
1 year. Oh yeah, 1 year.
My gosh.
I mean, he just got married. Congratulations, Dawn and Dean. But she hasn't seemed to put too much of a hamper on him. I hope she doesn't. I mean, she's having fun here with him and stuff. And but he's a trooper. There's a lot of people that do bowl a lot. He's kind of head and shoulders above typically. But yeah, they like to come back and try to make some money, and some of them, I don't think it's, it is an investment in money, but it's an investment in your time and your friendships and your fun, and that's what I think Dean really gravitates towards. He's told me, I hate to speak for people, but he's made so many friends here, and I think just bowling, because he hits a few other ones. He doesn't have time to hit a bunch of others, but he's made so many good friends in the bowling biz. I know you have.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of cool. It's quite the culture. It's quite the clique, the group, whatever you want to call it. Because they're all friendly, kind of like campers. People go to a camp, they're all having a good time. Bowlers the same way.
Yeah,
they're having fun. So people like that. Jim's a great guy. Mr.
Sometimes
Chip Magnet guru. Yeah, he's awesome.
Can't see it through the thing here, but yeah.
I really appreciate those guys that do try it a lot. And
he's a big proponent of coming back time and time again, but he's an experienced bowler. I mean, he looks for tournaments and things like that. And it's funny you bring up Dean, because Dean is kind of connected to this next person that I talked to, who came here and was a newbie when she bowled the tournament. Here's what she had to say about that experience.
I ended up coming to a 9-pin tournament about 2 years ago, and that was my first time ever bowling, and it was kind of just this really cool experience. Everybody was having fun. It didn't feel like you had to be the best bowler because you only had to hit 9 instead of 10, so that kind of pressure was off. I met John that day, because he is the one who kind of came up to me and he was like, hey, you're actually like kind of good at this. It wouldn't take too much to, coach you along and, get you a ball and get you figured out. And so I started league that year, 2 years ago, and then have just been bowling ever since. Do tournaments on the weekends and 2 or 3 leagues a week, and it's just been kind of where it started for me, and it's all because kind of John just was like, hey, let's see what you can do with this and run with it.
That's like magic, right? That's what that's what you get into this for.
Yeah, that's awesome. And she does love the sport, and she's a natural at it. I mean, and I can kind of figure out people. I've got a couple strengths. One is figuring out what a person's average is by watching about 2 balls. I mean, and I think a lot of bowlers can actually figure that one out. I'm pretty good at shoe sizes too. I don't even look down, and I can tell what size shoes people have. It's a weird party trick. Yeah. But as far as her bowling, she's one of those that can start or just has a beautiful approach. And, some people are athletic and just comes natural to them, and she's one of them. Yeah. And it's kind of fun that she's doing that and spending money on equipment, spending money on and she's another one too that I guess is just creating relationships and having fun with she's hitting tournaments in the summer and the winter. So it kind of turns into a lifestyle.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, cannot go to tournaments. I go to 1 tournament a year. I'd give him a shout out, but I'm I don't know. All right. No, I'm sorry. I just like my tournament, and I love their tournament too, I guess. That's why I go every year. But hey, this is promoting me. I'm not going to promote somebody else right now.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be a jerk, I guess.
That's good.
But anyway,
stuff.
I love the fact that people do go around. I'm a little bit pigeonholed here at Chetek Lanes, day in, day out, specifically on the weekends. Get a little bit of time during the week, potentially in the winter, but typically kind of stuck here when wintertime.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
The thing with Amanda is even more amazing to me when I turned off the camera and she admitted that she shed some tears that day.
Oh, geez. Well, I was glad she didn't. Yeah. Well, yeah, it became a diary entry, I guess. I had heard. Well, I am the tournament director.
Yep.
And so I try to keep everybody honest in the tournament. Mm-hmm. And so I want to verify averages. I got to do that. Yep. I want everybody to have an even playing field. And so I thought she was a previous bowler. I found out she wasn't. And And so when I brought it up, it's like, really? You don't bowl? I guess it was a little, I don't try to call people liars or anything, but it shocked me because she does have talent. And so I wasn't calling her a liar. I was just shocked.
Yeah.
And she took it maybe a little bit the wrong way. I wasn't trying to insult her or anything, but she should maybe use it as a badge of honor.
There you go.
Yeah.
And look at the result. Not only is she in bowling, she's wearing the T-shirt. Didn't know I was coming. And and now, not only is she loving the sport, but she's loving this place. Listen to this.
I think it's actually a privilege to be a part of a location or a bowling alley that is on the cutting edge of technology in bowling. There's not a lot of people who actually are gonna have that privilege to be able to say like, hey, like I actually started bowling on string pins. It took a little getting used to, but it's actually super cool. Like the technology behind it is absolutely amazing. I mean, just how quick it resets. Now it's funny because usually you're standing there waiting for the pin setters to reset. Now the pins are standing there and you're waiting for your ball to get back because it's just so quick. It's like we're not constantly being like, hey, like pin jam or ball jam or, we need an extra pin set up. You just can do it right in the computer and it does it for you. And yeah, so it's been actually just to see that part of the technology has been fun.
It's a privilege to bowl in this environment.
Wow, I'll take
That's
that.
gotta be cool
Thank
to hear.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I like when people are happy that I make investments back. Because I think I'm not talking about proprietors at bowling alleys, but just in general. If a business has a business, put money back into it.
Yeah.
You should. And you got to do the things that aren't glamorous. You got to have that roof. But I even get compliments on the parking lot. It's a big investment, so I guess that's why they do it. But simple things like that, practical things. You got to do it. But then you want to have some fun and put in the fancy lights and do some of that too to really trick things out a little bit. So I like that too.
Yeah.
And I appreciate her comments and I do like making people happy with what I'm doing. My dad years ago, I don't know if maybe a different generation, but he had the overhead ball returns.
Oh yeah.
And over the summer, he put them underneath. And one of the bowlers came in, why are you doing that? And it just kind of made his heart sink a little bit. Time, energy, thinking everybody's going to be happy. And you can't win them all. And
Right.
I think generally people loved it, but one person had to say that. So there's always one in every crowd. But it was a little bit of a bummer. And some people like the old school, but it's the way it is. People, you do want to advance, I guess, is what I always think.
Yeah. And like I said, going to tournaments, she's been to other houses. She has something to compare this to. So, she kind of comes at it, even though she's a new bowler, relatively speaking, she comes at these string pins with a little knowledge. Here's some more of what she had to say about the strings.
It's going to have that same feel as if you're bowling with a normal pin setter. So, and then there's times too where I would throw a ball and the string did knock over another pin that I definitely was like, that would have never happened. But there's also times with regular pin setters that I've thrown a ball, hit a strike, a ball or a pin hits the sidewall and pops back up and stands up, and you're like, but you have to now take the spare shot, you know what I mean? Because it stood itself back up. So there's never going to be a perfect system, whether it's free fall pins or whether it's string pins. You're going to have hits that don't go your way, and then you're going to have hits that shouldn't have went your way, and they did.
Yeah, she's right. I've seen it both ways too. You carry some breaks that you didn't expect. You get robbed sometimes that you didn't expect, but that's bowling, right? How big a sample size do you think you need to get to that point where it's kind of going both ways for you, where you need the breaks to even out the bad breaks and things like that? Can you realize that right away? Does it take a few weeks? Do we need to be patient?
Yeah, I think people need to be patient. That's a good thought. Because if you see something right away, give yourself some time on it. Let's revisit it after a third or a half of the season, and it is what it is. Once again, I'm not swapping them out,
right.
But I think people will kind of get used to it. And I think people need to, she had a great point, because things happen on free fall that aren't necessarily proper either.
You saw her trip the 2-pin to strike on that one that she threw.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully people keep that in the back of their mind too, that there's going to be a ebb and flow of things that can happen with either system. So I'm sure I'm going to take a lot of crap with string, and they're going to be a lot of them are going to be kidding around with me. That's fine. Again, I love the banter back and forth with people anyway, so that'll be fine. Hopefully I don't get a lot of fire in the eyes of people screaming at me like they do sometimes with a jukebox in certain leagues. But they just got to give it the old college try for a while.
Give it a try, then make up your mind. I agree with that.
And time it will take some time, just in case if they did do it on the casual play mode and they didn't even realize it, give it a few chances.
Yeah.
And bowl a bunch of 9 pins like Jim does.
You had to do that when you started bowling anyway, right? So this is just a new experience. The one other thing I wanted to mention about the tournament was afterwards. Everybody goes in the bar. You're kind of holding court, handing out prizes. I got the spices one year. I think that was my best finish with the spices. But tell us about that, because you clearly get a lot of joy from doing that stuff.
I do. Oh yeah. That's fun. Get on the microphone. I've evolved a little bit over the years. I've mellowed out a little bit. I used to be a little bit like my dad. He was great at it. The best. I didn't, I guess, hold a candle to him maybe, but and everybody's got to be a little bit different. But I used to, people would call me the Don Rickles of Chetek, and it's like, I like it, but then all of a sudden I find out, somebody will come in the next year and say, my buddy doesn't want to come back because you have roasted him too much. I don't want to do that. So I've relaxed a little bit. I try to still have fun. I want to have some good interactions with people, but I don't want to make people sad either.
Sure.
If somebody has a bad time, I don't know. Maybe my dad was a little bit better at it. Maybe they all left happy, but so I'm glad. I want everybody. I think everybody's got to evolve in life. Just in general, I've become a better person over the years, and I think I want to have fun, but I don't want to be the king of roasting too much. I like to talk about things in a little bit more positive. It's still fun. I hope people like it. If they're wondering why I have over the years, maybe tone it down. So I don't want to lose bowlers. I like having everybody show up, and I don't want to tick people off.
Sure. You look at the big picture, which, the string pins, the being the tournament director with integrity, those are measures that really look after the whole and not just the parts. Yeah. So that's really cool that you do that. If you ever need your fix of roasting people, you can roast me when I'm here. Feel free. I can take
I
it.
get the shakes once in a while.
Please roast Jim. He needs that. He needs a good dose of that. And I think you should be the one to give it to him. Ogre Oak says, point blank, what's the secret recipe for the pizza?
Nobody knows that except me and my, like literally nobody. So you're not getting it.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, okay. We got quite a few secrets. The sauce is a special one for sure. And I own a spice company, so that helps too.
There you go.
Natural fresh spices.
Yeah. Jay says, is she referring to no tap? And yes. If you joined us late, we're talking about the 9-pin tap plus tournament, which is really a signature of this house. And I wanted to put this little graphic up. This is kind of what last year's form looks like. But if people are interested in getting into it, you said earlier you're already filling spots.
We hardly have any room left. But
so
we'll find a spot for some new people. We love getting some new action in there. Can I just touch on that name, 9-pin tap plus?
Yeah, please.
My dad named that. Helped my mother, I'm sure. But he's the guy that tells this story. Called it 9-pin tap plus, and then he found a poster, and they said 9-pin tap plus. And so we went over to this bowling alley. I don't even remember where it was. And he goes, "What's the plus for?" And they didn't have any of the plus stuff that we do. We've got a lot of extra stuff going on, and that's where my dad came up with the plus. Okay. And so if somebody uses plus, they better have some stuff.
Gotta have a plus. Yeah.
Gotta have the plus. So that was kind of funny how he called those people out on it. They just tried to copy our name, I guess. I don't know, but they didn't do the legwork on the rest of the poster.
Yeah. And that's the cool thing is when you come to this tournament, you're not just fighting for a spot on the leaderboard. There are all kinds of ways to make money.
Well, it takes one ball, actually.
Yeah.
Pick up a split, Dutch 200.
String of nines.
There's a lot of money on that. I'm going to be doing something now that I've got the string machines where I can do different pin combinations. I'm going to add a little something. Putting a little news out today for you.
Oh.
But that'll be part of it. I haven't told any squad leaders that yet, but we'll have something fun another advancement in the tournament that we're capable of now that we weren't before. So we're always trying to push the envelope a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I put the number up, 715-924-3227, which is the center here.
Yep.
And even though the spots fill up fast, I'm sure there are squad leaders who say, "Oh my gosh, it's coming up this Friday. I need someone to fill my squad." So don't think that it's like a sellout every time.
No. There's room. If you got a little bit of a group, we can pair you up with a squad leader that needs some help. So yeah, definitely. That number isn't really the best for this. So,
okay.
Yeah, I mean,
there it goes.
Yeah, my bartenders aren't really gonna know many answers there, but I mean,
where should they contact you?
I would have them call my mother, Carol, 715-296-5132. 715-296-5132, or call my cell 715-790-2481, and go to the website. Messenger, email, all sorts of stuff on there too. Actually, on that poster, it's got the ways to talk to us. Get on the website.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to. We love getting new bowlers. It's just hard to find prime times. We can do some stuff early, but might be a 9:15 in the morning shift or a 3:15 in the afternoon or something like that on their day. But
hey,
love to get you.
People bowl the Open Championships at weird times too because they have to.
Yeah.
Right? So you've got that in common. Well, we are at about a little more than an hour here. The crowd is picking up. I know our buddies have been patiently waiting to drive my face into the dirt in terms of bowling here, but I don't want to let you go without this.
Let's go off the sheet. Challenge a bowler to appear on a future episode.
I would like to challenge Will Madison.
I would say Diana Zavulova.
The Better Russo, Lauren Russo.
We're looking for anyone who has a passion for the sport and a unique story to tell.
All right, we've talked about this for a little while now. You've been able to really mull it over and figure out someone appropriate to challenge on this show. So, John Law, who would you like to challenge to be on a future episode?
I challenge Jim O'Reilly. Jim's a great guy, been in the industry forever. Helped me out. He's been around since days of my father, and just a great sales rep from Bob's Business, going way back. I don't know when he started. The guy looks young, but he's old. He's as old as the hills outside there. But yeah, he's a great resource to me, so I appreciate being able to call him, and he's a great mentor. So I'd like to see him do this.
Yeah.
People could gain a lot of good insight into the industry if he would sit in this chair.
Yeah, the proprietor of Riverboat Lanes in Wabasha, Minnesota. Jim, I have interviewed you in the remote capacity before through Ipsia. I know you can do it. And you're right. He would be a good guest. So, Jim.
He's busy, but maybe.
Yeah, find the time. You know how to get a hold of me. Give me a call. Shoot me a text. We'll make it happen and hopefully have a great show. Well, speaking of great shows, next live stream is a big one because what happens in the next few days really determines a lot on how that show is going to go off. As you may remember, Jeff Riggles has been on the show twice. Most recently, after he announced that this past season may just have been his last in the Madison area scratch tour. Much like the first time he was on the show, he challenged Mark McDowell in an off-the-sheet challenge to come on the show. Now, since Mark didn't come on the first time, I kind of doubled down on it and said, you know what, Mark, if you come on the show, I will go to you. Because Mark lives in Black River Falls, Wisconsin, and he bowls in Neilsville. So I said, we can do this at your house. We can do this at the lanes. Just come on the show. Well, I got an email the next day. So he basically called my bluff. But that is great, for all of us, because he will be appearing on our show Wednesday, July 30th at 7 p.m. Central, live from Strike Time Lanes in Neilsville. So we'll get to visit another center, and we'll get to talk to a former PBA president and really one of the best to ever do it in Wisconsin, including recently, because I had mentioned the Open Championships. He shot 795 in singles, and that has still held up as of right now. So there are only a few squads left going into maybe early next week. So we may be talking about an unofficial Eagle winner on the next show. So I hope everybody gets a chance to join us 7 p.m. Live from Strike Time Lanes, Neilsville, Wisconsin, over here on the western side of the state. Stephanie Davis chimed in, said, love bowling at Chetek Lanes and one of my very best games ever on League this last season. Thank you for the bottom of my heart. Yeah. Stephanie. I mean, there you go. That's got to be the best part of this.
Oh, it is
seeing people succeed.
Yeah. Yep. They evolve over the years, and people keep getting better. I try to give a few tips. That's when I used to run the pro shop. Give them a tip. Not many. You don't want to get their brains all. Sure. Just a little bit. A little tidbit along the way. Or not even drill a ball. I mean, if people don't need a ball and just need to work on their release or something. But so that's very rewarding for people to do better. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, keep doing it, because like I said, in my bowling community, everybody always talks about Chetek. As Jim says, you get hit up by league buddies all the time, and it's just a fantastic time. I know those folks appreciate it. The locals do, the ones from Minnesota and other states around. So congratulations on a great run, and best of luck with the new machines.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah. Thanks for having me here. I had you here, I guess.
Yeah, and thank you for letting me take over just a small section of the center. Like you said, 6 lanes, so it is a small place, but I'll be out of your hair in just a minute here. But I really appreciate the time.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, everybody, for watching. Come on back next Wednesday and hear our conversation with the great Mark McDowell. Until then, live from Chetek Lanes, we will see you soon. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you for watching Bowling with the Pfeff. Pound the like button and subscribe button. It's the easiest way to support the channel, and it's free. Bowling with the Pfeff is brought to you by Chip Magnet. Raise your snack standards.
Jerry's Score More Bowling Supply inside Wagner's Lane. So Eau Claire, Wisconsin area's leader in bowling products and services since 1988. And Visionary Video Hub, video with impact.
Email bowlingwiththepfeff@yahoo.com with questions or to appear on the show. You can also reach out on your favorite social media platform.